So, why did I leave? That's the question. It was a rainy Saturday morning. I just got finished with Diamonds in the Muff, had some food, had to hurry home, de-drag, get my shit together, and headed to the airport. So, I sat on the plane, thinking about how I was going to answer that question in the right way. I thought about that night, my numbers, why and how I chose them, why I did what I did during them, knowing my process needed to be intentional and honest for the audience, and more importantly, myself. Then I started to think about the journey back, way back, the time where Diamonds in the Muff was born, way back to even Miss Tiki, fusions, even way back to LoJack's, all the things that led me here. I think introspection is important, so I reflected on the end of that night for a moment.
How do you feel? I go through what I'm not a person that knows how to filter through and manage emotions at all. I feel like I got hypnotized. Like it feels so final. Bro, my fucking nons is sore. And yeah, my nons, my gooch fucking, my dick sore, fucking everything sore.
And everything was sore. Everything was exhausted too. I think in a way, the trip to the Big Island was poetic. Maybe it was the universe's way of telling me to go to source. And to be honest, that island has a strong energy to it. Mana, if you will. It has a very strong death and rebirth vibe that I think that I needed. And I felt that strongest up on Mauna Kea. Hawaiian people are known to fight strongest for their culture, their people, and what is rightfully theirs. They come together on the Mauna as a strong community to push against what tries to erase them. In a way that got me thinking about my own community. Over the past few years, I've created connections to an amazing collection of people, a sisterhood even. I was a weirdo in a sea of beautiful artists coming to develop their own voice in the choir of our collective community. I was originally housed in a place where you were as good as the girl next to you in the mirror. You became better when you moved past the ego, knowing that where you were might sit next to you to become who you will be. But sometimes in a community that screams for equality, we may stray, it's most important to correct that as a negative and be reminded that we must support a positive approach and take a step back when there are moments 2 steps too far is taken. Because as a whole, if one acts out of line, like a virus, it can affect everything around it exponentially. I try to keep the space and the people around me in a clear, sound, and positive vibration. That's as far as I've understood it. Real sisterhood. Being on Mauna Kea that weekend taught me that a culture thrives on togetherness, education, honesty, and communication. My drag journey is nowhere in line to the importance of the fight of my Hawaiian people and what they're going through up on Mauna Kea, but it reminded me of my own fight to preserve my own vision. The energy on the Mauna was no joke. To any and everyone for or against what is going on, I urge you to go. Just go. Sit in sessions, stay for the night, and take in what is there. I think there are a few valuable lessons that you can take away from being there. Going back to source, the source of our people, even taking a drive to the place my family is originally from, taught me one thing. And it's something I've always known, but I think more firmly grasped it while I was there. We are a part of something much bigger than ourselves. Our ego isn't shit compared to this greater energy that surrounds us, but it still urges us to be the best we can show, but in an honest and open way. After sleep in 30-degree weather, change of clothes, and a stunning sunrise, I decided to just go out, play in the lava fields for a little bit, and reflecting on that question, why I left. I left because in order to progress forward, in a state where you've hit walls continuously, you realize eventually you aren't meant to stay where you know you don't know. And while the castle isn't meant for you, perhaps you're better off as the brave adventurer, always discovering new lands, allowing others to rule the kingdom you once belonged to. So what's next? That's for Source to guide me. I just go with the wind.